Ratchet straps are not idiot-proof. They're not even kinda smart guy-proof. These 9 common mistakes don't just make things annoying, some of them are how you lose your load, equipment gets destroyed, and people get hurt. This first one has the coolest science of the bunch. Don't let your straps vibrate. If you've got a long span of strap that's not touching anything, it's gonna generate something called resonance, which is a fancy way of saying, she gonna vibrate. This kind of vibration sounds awful, but when a vibrating strap meets a sharp edge, this edge turns into a saw blade, just eating away at your strap until eventually, you just busted a load. Your strap just broke. The wind pushes up on the strap, the tension snaps it back down. Push, snap, push, snap, push, snap, that repeating rhythm, that's resonance. Luckily, breaking that rhythm is super easy, just add one twist. Now the wind has to push on both sides of the strap at the same time. The wind can't pull it up, the tension can't snap it back down, no more vibrations. We'll talk more about sharp edges in a second. Mistake number 2, daisy chaining 2 ratchets together like this. This will hold your load once you get it cranked down, but good luck keeping it together while you crank it down. The second you let go, they come apart. And even when you do finally get it cranked down, the angled hooks create pressure points on fragile loads, and the added gaps invite vibrations. Instead, do this. Each hook goes into the opposing hook's pocket. It's flat, the hooks aren't digging into anything, and it's definitely not coming loose while I ratchet it down. Mistake number 3 can cost you a lot of money. Leaving loose tails. If you're leaving your ratchet like this, your best case scenario is this gets tattered in the wind and makes all kinds of annoying noises while you drive. Your worst case scenario, this gets caught in your wheel or axle. At low speeds, this can tear up your truck or trailer. At highway speeds, this could cause you to lose control and be in a serious accident. So if you're leaving your strap like this, you might as well just hook your strap up like this. So what's the proper way? Well, the internet is not in agreement. So we're gonna test 3 of the most popular tail knots and find out once and for all. Contestant number 1, the alligator. Fold it over itself in 1-foot chunks, then the whole thing goes through the top of the handle, and the handle bites down on it like an alligator. Yes, I made these names up. Contestant number 2, the bow tie. Fold it in half over and over until you have a nice sized bundle. The bundle goes behind the strap and halfway through the loop. Roll it back until you have a bow tie. And contestant number 3, the donut. Roll up your tail into a little donut. When you get to the end, the last little bit goes through the donut and creates a loop that goes around the donut. Pull it tight and you've got a Krispy Kreme donut. Let's see if any of them survive highway speed wind. I have little faith in the alligator, but to my surprise, I could not get it to come loose. I did notice a fatal flaw though. That bundle of straps pushes against the handle while you're trying to close it down. It's easy to think you've closed it all the way, and then as soon as you get on the highway, see you later, alligator. I thought the bow tie looked a little weak because it's held together by you just rolling it in on itself, but I could not get that thing to budge. It's not the prettiest, but it was quick and it passed the test. I had the most faith in the donut, but it did show a little weakness. That tail end is gonna get tattered eventually, and it took the longest to roll up. Could I have tied it better? Probably, but am I looking for a knot that I have to tie perfect every time? No, I'm looking for a knot that doesn't come loose every time. And for that reason, the undisputed king of ratchet strap tail knots is number 2, the bow tie. If you've got a better one, tell me. Mistake number 4, only knowing one way to release a ratchet. This is how it's supposed to release. Pull the release lever, open it all the way. When you hear it click, it's loose. But old, dirty, and over-tightened ratchets can jam, and ain't nobody jelly of a jam. First, try the old reach around and yank. Sometimes that's enough, but if that doesn't work, pull both release levers and then yank. That frees your load, but now you've got the worst jam of all. Jammed and not under tension. You've got nothing to pull against. Open it all the way, bring it down to your belly button, stomp on the tail, pull both release levers, and yank up. If it's still wrapped, keep the tension, keep holding those release levers, and walk it out. Nobody claps for this stuff, but being capable matters to me. If it matters to you too, subscribe. This next one is probably the most common mistake, leaving the spool exposed. Most people thread it through the spool correctly, hook both ends, pull all the slack through, and then start cranking. And that feels right, but you only heard a few clicks and you can still see part of the spool. This is where you slap your load, say that's not going anywhere, and then it goes everywhere. Ratchet straps work on friction, and strapped to metal isn't much friction. But if you hook both ends and pull the slack most of the way through, not all the way, then you have enough slack to hear lots of clicks. The strap wraps completely around the spool and around itself, and strap to strap friction is way stronger than strap to metal friction. So if you can see the spool, you broke the rule. Mistake number 6, fumbling when you don't have help. Here's what you do not want to happen. You're in the Home Depot parking lot, brand new grill in the truck bed, but you're fumbling the ratchet strap. Your wife is watching, and another man walks up and does it for you. That is not your wife anymore. And that is not your grill either. In reality, the problem isn't your masculinity. It's your hook coming loose on one side before you can strap it down on the other. Here's a few ways to make your hooks respect you. Store your ratchets with the adjustable end pulled all the way through. You can use the tension to walk your strap across without losing your hook. If you have to throw your hook across your load and your load isn't fragile, don't throw the side with the hook. Throw the ratchet side instead. The extra weight of the ratchet will hold your hook in place while you walk around. Try and find fixed hooking points that won't slide. If your hook can slide along an edge, it's more likely to shift while you're trying to crank it down, and it's more likely to shift once it's cranked down. A lot of straps come with these soft loops. You should use them. One side's twisted, the other side is flat. The twisted side goes around an object and then around itself. The flat side gets the hook, and that's not gonna come undone while you strap it down. Hooking the strap to itself comes undone a lot easier. Gravity can be your enemy or your assistant. For example, with the hook facing one way, the D-ring falls out of the hook when you lose tension. When it's facing the other way, the D-ring falls into the hook and stays attached. Sometimes you've got to remember that strapping alone is hard. Have some patience, move slowly, and if you can, don't be afraid to ask. Hey, will you hold this hook in place for me? Succeeding as a team is always better than fumbling alone. I'm gonna let you figure out what mistake number 7 is. You're looking right at it. All right, that's enough time. All the ratchets are on the driver's side of the vehicle. It feels smart, right? You get out of your truck and they're right there. But if something comes loose on the highway and you have to adjust a ratchet, you just sandwiched yourself between your truck and an 18-wheeler. Put your ratchets on the passenger side. That way, if you need to make an adjustment, you're walking into the shoulder and not into traffic. This next one is tempting. It's late at night, after a few drinks, you'll look at her and you'll think, I don't need protection. But you always need protection. Edge protection. Even a dull edge that wouldn't cut your hand can easily cut into your strap because of tension and vibrations. But all you need is a piece of cardboard, a glove, an old rag. Almost anything can keep your edge from eating into your strap. But edge protection can also keep your strap from eating into your edge. That's for fragile loads like padded furniture. But at the end of the day, in every ratchet strap's life, they're eventually gonna look like this. You don't want this damaged strap hanging out with your other straps because you might forget about it and accidentally use the damaged section again. So what do? No, you don't throw it away. The second you see this, you cut it off and you burn the edge to seal it. Well, what am I gonna do with a 3-foot ratchet strap? I'm glad you asked. Wood, short strap, folding table, short strap, ladder, short strap, lots of PVC pipes, bundle with a short strap and then a regular strap. Regular strap is too short. Extend with the short strap. I use a short strap almost every time I haul a load. This is not leftovers, it's a precision tool with less tail, less hassle, and it's easier to fold up and store. Speaking of storage, our last mistake is bad storage. And I'm not just talking about the rat's nest. This can be bad storage too. Storage is a spectrum. On one side, you have chaos. Throw it in a rat's nest, it takes you no time now, but it costs you 10 minutes of untangling later. On the other side, you have perfection. Separate the ratchet from the strap, wrap it up perfectly until you have about 2 feet left, fold the hook under the ratchet, sandwich it all together, use that 2 feet of tail to go through the spool, around the whole thing, through the spool again, and ratchet it down until it holds itself all together. It's not just beautiful, it is art, and it's definitely not coming apart. But you gotta wrap it like grandma wraps Christmas presents, and when you're ready to use it next time, you gotta disassemble the whole thing and put it all back together again. But hey, maybe you just really need it to stay together. Or maybe you're just really anal. Either way, that's okay. I like to live somewhere in the middle of the spectrum. I pull my strap all the way through, I fold the hooks in, and I roll it up. Nothing fancy, not too obsessive, just enough so when I throw it in my toolbox, it doesn't come undone. Usually. This setup saves me time now, it saves me time later, and for me, that's right in the middle of the spectrum. But my middle may not be the same as your middle. If your ratchet straps get thrown around a lot, maybe you add the extra step of using the hooks to hold it all together. There's a million ways to do this on the internet. Have at it. Capability isn't about perfection, it's about knowing the trade-offs. If you believe capability is cool and competence never falls out of fashion, you're in the right place. I make videos that make you more capable. Subscribe. My name's Colin, this is GritWork. I'll catch you next time.